Before you move to Broomfield, Colorado, and potentially make a six-figure mistake, there are a few things that you need to know. Broomfield, Colorado was just rated the #1 place to live in all of the Western United States, but is it really a good fit for you? Well, today I'm breaking down the real pros and cons of living in Broomfield, Colorado, and I'm including things that most people are not going to tell you. Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Ratliff, and this channel is Moving to Colorado, and it's supposed to serve as your resource for all things relocating here, real estate market, how to buy a home in Colorado, pros and cons of living in different areas, and neighborhood comparisons, even homes for sale. And so, if you are somebody that is looking to buy a home in Colorado, if you're looking to relocate to Colorado and you would like help navigating that process, definitely reach out. I will put all of my information up on the screen right here. And then if you are somebody that is still in the discovery phase, if you still want to learn more about the different areas and all of the previous things that I just mentioned, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that bell so that you can stay up to date every single time that I make another video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the pros and cons of living in the #1 place to live in all of the Western United States. Okay, so we're going to start our video off on a positive note. And to start, the number one reason why people are moving to Colorado, Broomfield, Colorado, and the #1 reason why Broomfield, Colorado was rated the #1 place to live in all of the Western United States is because the location is absolutely killer. So Broomfield, Colorado is going to be located right in that Denver metro suburb area. And so you're only a short distance from Denver. You're about 20-25 minutes. And then if you want to get to Boulder, if you want to get to all of the mountain life, hiking, 14ers, all of that jazz, you're only about a 35-40 minute drive from there. And then you are very conveniently located to US 36 and also I-25. So if you need to travel, you're going to be in a great location. And then the other thing that is so great about Broomfield is that you are located in the mix of a community that is already thriving, already hustling and bustling. There's so many things to do. And if for any reason you don't want to do something in Broomfield, there's Westminster, North Glen, Thornton, Denver, all of these different areas that you can drive to that are very, very short distances. And so if you're somebody that wants very close access to things, and if you want to kind of be in the heart of everything that's happening, but maybe not have as bad of the traffic or the congestion as you have in places like Denver or even Boulder, then Broomfield's going to be a great place for you to call home. One of the things that you'll notice when living in Broomfield, Colorado, is that you have that perfect mix of city life and mountain life right at your fingertips without having to pay for it. You don't have to pay for the extreme prices of Boulder, Colorado, and you don't have to pay for the extreme city prices of places like Denver, Colorado. But you can pay for a great place to live, a great home in a great neighborhood, a great community, and still be able to go and attend any of the things that are happening in either of those areas within 20-25 minutes. So if you are looking for a really great location and somewhere that's going to put you in the hub of everything that's going on, Broomfield, Colorado is going to be a perfect place for you to call home. Okay, our second pro is going to be that the quality of life in Broomfield is incredible. You have so many open spaces and parks, trail systems. There's so many different neighborhoods that when you're driving the neighborhoods, there's different trail systems that take you along a beautiful river, bridges, beautiful trees. It's absolutely gorgeous in the summer and the fall. And you also pass all of these different community parks that are within the neighborhood. And so there's so much to do, and the quality of life is really high because even though you're not in the mountains, there's still so much for you to do when it comes to outdoor recreation, and it's really easy. So if you're somebody that's coming with kiddos, it's going to be really easy for us to find you a neighborhood in Broomfield, Colorado that is going to have parks and places for the kiddos to hang out. And if you are somebody that has a dog or maybe a couple dogs and you're looking for a really good place to call home that has trails and dog parks, then Broomfield, Colorado is going to be great for you. And so the quality of life is just really great here. You have incredible views of the Rocky Mountains. So I'll show you a little bit of the overlays, but it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely breathtaking. I feel so privileged to drive this drive consistently. And I gotta tell you, I've been here for over 5 years and the views do not get old. So I feel very grateful that I have access to this. And if you are somebody that is looking to move to Broomfield, this is going to be part of your everyday life. And so quality of life is great. We have tons of parks. We have tons of trails. If you like to run, if you like to bike, if you like to hike, if you like to walk your dog, if you've got kiddos that you want to run out some energy with, Broomfield's going to be great for you. And there is no shortage of playgrounds and places for you to go and to enjoy the outdoors and the sunny weather that we have here and the warm weather that we have here. And so if you're looking for a great quality of life, if you're looking to live around other people that are living a great quality of life and are very active and are constantly outside and doing things and there's things to do. I come from a place where there's not a lot to do, and so people don't really get outdoors and there's not a lot of community. And so if you're looking to move somewhere where you can kind of splash into the community and just be part of everything that's going on. If you're looking to be part of neighborhoods that actually have block parties and different community neighborhood specific events, then Broomfield is going to be a really great place for you to consider. A little bit of a piggyback on the last one, but our third pro is going to be the schools and the community vibe. So a lot of Colorado actually has incredible schools, and a lot of people that reach out to me are actually looking specifically for incredible school systems, education systems, and healthcare systems. And so, if you are looking for a great place to put your kids in school and to have different options in private schools, charter schools, public schools, and great options when it comes to public schools, then Broomfield is going to be very high on your list, and Colorado should be very high on your list. So a lot of people that are even in the state are relocating from different areas because of the big draw of the Broomfield schools. And one of those is going to be Legacy Ridge High School. That is a huge draw for a lot of people. It's a great school. And so if you are moving here because of your kiddos and you want to get them a great education, one of the reasons why Broomfield, Colorado is rated such a high rating, #1 on the places to live in all of the Western United States, is because of how great the school system is. And in turn, there's a lot that is provided for young adults, young emerging adults, children, families. And so there's going to be a lot in terms of community vibe because there's no shortage of festivals or events, things to do. And you're going to be more than happy if schools are important to you. Broomfield, Colorado is probably going to wow you if schools is something that is on the top of your list. There's also a ton of recreation centers and sports fields. And so if you are somebody that has a child that is in a sport and they are wanting to pursue that, then this is going to be a great area for them to have the availability of that. I know coming from New Mexico, it was interesting to see just an explosion when it comes to offering skate parks and soccer fields, baseball fields, softball fields, all pickleball. I had no idea that pickleball was even a thing, and there are pickleball courts that you can use for free here in Colorado, depending on the area that you're moving, and Broomfield is one of them. And so if you are looking for a great community vibe, if you are wanting to raise your children around other children, Broomfield's going to be a great place. And it is one of those places that is drawing people because of the schools, because of the community vibe, and because of the offerings. It's very hard to have children and raise children in a place that has nothing going on, because you have to constantly entertain and find things to do and drive to things to do. And so if you're somebody that has little ones, if you've got teenagers, if you've got middle schoolers, and you're looking for a great place to call home and that they are going to enjoy and thrive in as well, Broomfield, Colorado is going to be a great place for you. All right, so quick little reminder. If you are thinking about relocating to the state of Colorado and this video is popping up because you are still doing your research and you're trying to figure out the right place to call home, or maybe you've decided that Broomfield is the right place for you to call home, I have a relocation guide that is absolutely free. You can grab the link in the description below. And then if you would like help navigating this process and actually getting you here to Colorado and actually navigating the process of buying a home in Colorado, in Broomfield, Colorado, and any of these surrounding areas, definitely reach out. This is something that we do day in and day out. And so I would be more than happy to walk you through a proven process that has worked for other people that you can really relax and have confidence in. If you are thinking about relocating to Colorado, or if you're thinking about buying a home in Colorado, definitely reach out. I'll put all of my information over here again, and then make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let's get into the rest of the video. Here are the cons, and here are the things that nobody's going to tell you. And you have this headline: Broomfield, Colorado is the #1 place to live in all of the Western United States. And it's very headliney, and there's a lot of reasons why Broomfield won that position. And I would be more than happy to really divulge into all of that and share more information on all of the neighborhoods and just all of that information. Definitely reach out if you want that full depth dive in, because I would be more than happy to do that for you. But that information did not share that Broomfield, Colorado is actually pretty expensive to live in, and the housing prices are actually super high. And there's also quite a bit of competition, and that headline only made it worse. So if you're thinking about moving to Colorado, if you're thinking about moving to Broomfield, Colorado, it's really important for you to know that the housing prices are going to be very high here. When we're talking about Broomfield, Colorado, in comparison to Westminster, North Glen, Thornton, Federal Heights, those areas, Broomfield is going to be at the absolute max for price. And when it comes to competition, I'm working with clients in Broomfield, and the most qualified people that are giving over asking and are truly competing for these homes are getting beat out. And it's interesting because I have clients that are looking in Westminster, Colorado, and I have clients that are looking in Thornton, Colorado, and we are not competing on the offers. They are getting concessions, and they're not going over asking, and we're getting very, very favorable terms to the buyer. Whereas in Broomfield, Colorado, it's been a crazy real estate market. And so it's important for you to understand that if you are thinking about moving here, you should get ready and you should really prepare yourself, and you should really reach out for expert help, because if you don't, you really run the risk of competing and losing out several times. And so it's really important to understand what's going on in the different micro and macro markets of Colorado, because if you don't want to compete and you do want more concessions and you do want to be able to buy your rate down further and potentially get your closing costs paid by the seller, we should maybe be looking in Westminster or Arvada. Whereas Broomfield, it's going to be a very interesting deal where you're going to get all of those terms given to you right now in this market. So times are changing, and we're really seeing an early spring heat up in the market. And if you are somebody that's looking in Broomfield, Colorado, please reach out. Put my information right here, because you really want expert guidance navigating that market specifically, because there's a ton of demand and there's a ton of competition. And this headline, while great for Broomfield, it made the competition even harder. The second con is going to be that Broomfield is more suburban than exciting. And what I mean by that is, if you are somebody that is looking for hustle, bustle, and nightlife and a lot of the city life attractions, and you want to be in the heart of that, Broomfield is not going to be the place for you. But if you want to only be a short distance from that, if you want to have somewhere that is more favorable to you financially and is also not as congested, then Broomfield might be great for you, but it's a lot quieter. And so if you are somebody that's looking for more of that suburban mountain life kind of vibe without being in the mountains, then Broomfield's going to be great for you. But if you are somebody that wants to have more of the city amenities and the city attraction, the city offerings, things to do, and a nightlife that stays open past 10 o'clock, then you should definitely not be looking in Broomfield unless you're willing to commute to those areas. So again, if you are somebody that wants that quieter suburban feel and you want to be a very close proximity to not only city life, but also in-depth mountain life and hiking and all of that jazz, then Broomfield might just be perfect for you. The third con is that there is a ton of growth and a ton of traffic. And so this headline, again, it was great, but it only brought more eyes and more attraction to Broomfield, Colorado. And that just means that, like the rest of Colorado, it's going to keep on growing. So if you are somebody that doesn't want to deal with any traffic, then Broomfield, Colorado is not going to be a great place for you. And if you are somebody that needs to commute to somewhere like Boulder or Denver, you should really understand the commute times and really map out these different rush hours, because it's very realistic that a 30-minute drive can turn into an hour drive around 4 to 6 p.m. every single day. And so it's just really important that you understand that Broomfield is beautiful, it's great, it's a wonderful place to live. And because of that, there's more people that are coming here. So there's a lot of construction, there's a lot of work being done to different areas of Broomfield, and there's going to be more construction because there's more people that are wanting to move here. So there's a lot of different new build developments and a lot of different areas that are being built up. It's really interesting to see how quickly they are building out different parts of Broomfield. So keep in mind, if you are interested in Broomfield, a lot of other people are interested in Broomfield, and that is increasing the traffic, the congestion, and it's because Broomfield is growing. If you are looking to move to Colorado and you want that perfect happy medium of suburban, city, and mountain lifestyle, Broomfield's going to be awesome for you. And if you're looking for a great place to put your kids in school, great education system, a lot of things to do, a lot of amenities, and also a really great outdoor lifestyle and also a great quality of life, then Broomfield's going to probably be number one at the at your list, on number one on the top of your list. So if you have any questions, if this video solidified anything for you, or if it raised any more questions, definitely reach out. The Broomfield market in Colorado is specifically heating up a lot quicker this year than we've seen in the past couple years, and it's important to be guided right. So if you have any questions, I would love to help you, and make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that bell. And if you have any questions on how to buy a home in Colorado in 2026, how to relocate to Colorado in 2026, or how to make Broomfield, Colorado your new place to live, definitely reach out, and I'll see you in the next video.